So our next step in learning how to crochet is learning about how to hold your crochet hook as well as how to hold your yarn. Here I have a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, which is a US size I9. And this is what we will be using in our lessons in this series. So the different parts of the crochet hook start with the hook end, which is what you use to hook the stitches and loops in your crocheting. Then there is the throat, which is used to slide up your crochet loops onto the working area, which is this flat area right here. And this is where all of your loops are going to go onto as you are making your crocheted pieces. Then the last part of the crochet hook is the finger hold area. This is where you're going to be putting your fingers for the most part, and where your grip on this is going to determine some of your stitch tension in your crocheted fabric. So there are two main holds for how to hold your crochet hook. The one that I use most of the time looks like you're holding a knife. You put your thumb on the finger hold right here. You put your index finger on the working area, and then you bring up your middle finger on the back of the finger hold area right here. Then there is another hold, which is a pencil hold, where you are going to hold it like how you hold a pencil. So your thumb will go on the finger hold right here. Then your index finger will also go on the finger hold, but in the back. And then your middle finger is going to go on the working area right here in the back side of it. I usually use the knife style finger hold for crochet hooks. This is just what I've found is the most comfortable, but you can figure out whatever one works best for you. So we're going to set this aside while I show you guys how to hold your yarn in your hands. So when you're holding yarn, you are going to hold it in a way that you want to make sure that you have the right tension. And tension refers to the tightness of your stitches on your crocheted fabric. So some projects require you to have a tight tension which will give you smaller stitches, and others will have a looser tension to give it bigger stitches that are more open. Most of the time though, there is a balance between the two so that you have even stitches all the way across. So my favorite way of how to hold my yarn is I take the starting end of the yarn and then I go underneath my pinky and over my ring finger, underneath my middle finger, and then over my index finger. And then you're going to kind of pinch your fingers together, and the way you hold your fingers like this, whether you have them a little open or more closed, will determine how tight it is. And then what I do is I come around like this, and then I will hold the yarn where the loops are. So I will almost make a loop right here with my fingers that I am using to hold this yarn. So this is just my favorite way, but there are other ways that you can use. One of them is a pinky hold, where you take your yarn over your pinky, around it, and then over all of your fingers and underneath your thumb. And then you hold it right here, and then you will grab your yarn with the hook on this side. This isn't my favorite, but some people really like it. And then another way is you come underneath the finger, the pinky finger, and over your other fingers and have your thumb like that. So it's basically the pinky hold, just without wrapping it around your pinky. So whatever way you like to hold your yarn is totally fine. Everyone uses a different way, just depending on what's most comfortable for them. And the same goes for how you hold your crochet hook. So our next part of our series will begin to show you how to do a chain stitch and how to do a slip knot, which will help you start all of your crochet projects.